voices getting louder for Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner to resign. Before becoming the Treasury Secretary, Geithner was the president of the New York Federal Reserve, and he helped create the AIG bailout. And some say he should have prevented that loophole that led to these massive AIG bonuses, and that he definitely should have known about the bonuses way before last week. Treasury Department spokeswoman Stephanie Cutter tells us that Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner now openly concedes he should have known more of the details of the AIG retention bonuses before he was informed of them on March 10th. Representative Greg Walden from Oregon joins us and says Geithner should quit?
Absolutely. I think so. I've called for that a couple of days ago. I've lost confidence in him. I think many in America have lost confidence in him, and many in the Congress have, and you're hearing more and more members of Congress, House and Senate, coming forth now and joining in this call for him to go. We shouldn't be in the box we're in right now. He should have caught this when he was head of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, it's not even last week. It should have been before, last October or last September.
Yeah, I was in small business for 21 years. If you go to get a loan or something, you got to sit down with it. The banker always sits down and says, okay, what are the contracts? What agreements do you have? Or if you're buying a business, I've done that. You sit down and look at all these things before you invest your money. This is an unprecedented investment of American taxpayer money going into AIG. And some of these questions weren't asked, but you would have thought, after, remember the lavish party that cost over $400,000 at the spa with some of these AIG officials last fall? You would have thought immediately after that somebody would have interceded and said, okay, what else is out there?
Well, see, what I don't understand, I mean, how many strikes is he going to get? I mean, even that tax problem that he had, where he said he didn't understand taxes and he scrambled to pay back the taxes, but he didn't pay back those taxes which were protected by the statute of limitations, which he was legally protected from doing so. And I understand that. I'm not so sure how moral it should be for someone who's about to be Treasury Secretary. And now this. I mean, why is he still the Treasury Secretary? I mean, why does the president have confidence in him, do you think?
I don't think he should have been confirmed. I think he's let down the president, and I think he's let down the country. You know, if according to, I think it was Byron York's story, he signed a form when he got the extra money at the IMF that said, hey, you're getting this to go pay your Social Security Medicare taxes, and you signed saying, yes, I'll do that. And so that was troubling.
So how did he get the job?
Well, the Senate confirmed him.
No, but I mean, why did the president pick him, do you think?
Well, I think, you know, it was a troubled time, and he was looking around, and Geithner had been part and parcel with Paulson in this whole process, knew it inside and out, thought there's a good pick, keep the transition going. But here's the other part, Greta. I understand there are 17 of 18 presidential appointments at Treasury that are unfilled. I wish the president, I understand he goes out in Leno to reach an audience, but somewhere along the line, you need a full complement and team at Treasury dealing with the biggest problem to confront this country in 60 or 70 years in the financial markets. Why are 17 of 18 presidential appointment positions at Treasury unfilled? The only one filled is Timothy Geithner, and he doesn't get it.
All right, so, are those positions that the president actually fills, or is that something that Geithner's filling? Well, I understand that the president has to sign off on them, right. But I mean, the fact that the president's out doing Leno, would he otherwise typically be back here filling those positions?
Well, or his team should be.
His team should be. They're back here.
Other agencies are doing that. Why do we have that many vacancies at Treasury? Why are they having trouble building a team at Treasury when they've known since November they were going to be in this position of running the country? You would have thought this would be the one team you'd have in place, fully vetted, because there isn't a bigger problem our country's facing right now than that in the financial markets and credit and the economy. All
right, two congressmen yesterday called for him to resign, and now are you the third one? Are there more than?
I don't have a list, but I know I called for him about 2 days ago to step down. I just think he's not doing the job. I don't think he's doing the president a good job right now, and I don't think he has the confidence of the Congress right now to miss the kinds of things that he's missed.
What happens if he resigns? Because, I mean, I know that he also got a lot of heat when I think it was February 10th or so when he came out. He's supposed to have the plan, and it wasn't much of a plan, and everyone was mad about that.
The
market's panicked. Is that if he resigns tomorrow, what happens?
Well, somebody will step in.
I know, but we don't have. So we have 17 positions. We're going to have to go down to, like, you know, an intern.
Well, then you come home from California and you figure it out, or you do it on Air Force One on the way, or whatever. Tell me there aren't smart people in this country looking for work who could do this job. There are a lot of folks off Wall Street that are unemployed right now. There are a lot of people on Main Street, I think, could step in and do this job better than he's doing it right now. I know it's tough, and I don't mean to be mean toward Mr. Geithner. I don't even know the man. I just know it's not working.
Well, and the thing that bothers me is he's got these strikes against him. That at this time we can't afford people who don't understand the tax code, running the taxes, and we can't afford people who aren't learning about contracts that should know about that cost us $165 million. I mean, the list goes on. Might be a very nice guy, but I'm with you that it's, you know, we need someone who really.
And these are big issues we're trying to deal with. I mean, unprecedented for our generation to have to step up and try and figure these things out. This is when you have to have confidence in the people who are coming forward with plans to say, I got it, I understand it, this, Congressman, is what you should do, and your constituents can trust you when you do it. It's pretty hard to have trust in this part of the administration right now.
Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.
Coming up.